Since I've already have a very detailed video on how to remove the climate control from a vehicle that's equipped with air conditioning, I decided to do a standard climate control removal and show a cable placement, as well as comparing this unit with one that's equipped with air conditioning. We're going to put them side by side and see the comparisons, and we're also going to fix one that's non-functioning whatsoever, that's equipped with air conditioning, the one that's in my black Mustang. I didn't find out until later that it didn't work, and I had a working unit that I sold it. So they're very hard to find, and I decided to get down and see what was wrong with get to the bottom of what was the problem with the one that was in the vehicle, and we're going to go all over that. So stay tuned for a very detailed video. Enjoy it. Let's get started with the removal for the standard unit. 3 screws removed from off the facing. There's 1, 2, and 3. Somebody removed this one already. Now Philip. There's a couple ways about going to do this. You could remove the plugs first. Let me give you guys a bird eye view from the side. And those cables that moves the levers that controls the vents or the duct. Alright, so this should be the push back now. Give us a little bit better access to some of the things under here. But we got a nice cutout here to see the back side of it. Ooh, pop. And get this out of our way. With this, there's a couple plugs to remove. And there's one for the high-low switch. And those levers, they take, those are 1/4-inch bolts. We're gonna also show where those 2 levers go. I'm gonna shift this over some so we can. Now we go on the back side underneath here and get the lever. Both of the bolts, they're right there. 1, 2, they're 1/4-inch bolts. The lever that's on that should be similar to this is the top lever, the lever right here that controls the temperature, cool or warm. And we're gonna see where that runs. We're gonna undo that one first. Let's get on here and undo that one right now. The one with the black is the top lever. And the one at the bottom controls airflow to go into the vent, the floor, etc. That one. That's the top one. Now we should be able to take it off. What we're gonna do now is pull up that spring and it should fall right off. And there it is, came right off. You guys can see how it fits. So that one's off. Let's track this cable down before we remove the other one. All right, so let's move it so let's see where it's at. It's that one right there. Let's take the drill and go over here and see where it's at. This is the dashboard. This is the glove box. Look at it, it's way back there. It's a really tight fit, as you can see where it goes. So this is also a 1/4" bolt. Magnetic bit. Alright guys, you get a better look at it now. It's rusted on that lever, so I gotta wiggle it back and forth since I don't have no WD-40. And we're gonna remove that cable. The other one goes right here. As you can see how it wraps around. It attaches in the same way inside of that clip. Same way as this one. However, there's another 1/4" bolt there for the second cable. So let me get that cable out, but you guys can see how it's attached. Sorry for the shaky film, I don't have no tripod, but hopefully you guys are seeing everything pretty good and straightforward. So let's remove this cable right now. Alright, let's get the other one. I'll shorten this up. I'll shorten the magnetic bit up and then we'll get it. I was able to get the drill in here on it. So let's drill it out. Cable out. Now let's wiggle that off as well. Since I don't have no WD-40, you gotta wiggle that off. That one was a whole lot easier, just pull it off. A whole lot easier, just pull it off. Yeah, it's off. Alright, let's go pull the unit out without detaching the other cable. We'll just pull it all the way through. Oh, there's another plug to remove. Got another plug to remove. The plug for the high-low switch. Alright, that's off. Now let's remove the unit and try to pull it through with the one cable attached. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot, guys. The cable for the connector for the light. This is for the light. For the light right there. It's right there. So let's stick a screwdriver up in here. Pull that clip up. Get that off. So let me get this off, guys. It's right there. Alright, that's undone. Now we should be able to pull it out, even with that cable attached. We should be able to pull it out, and then we're going to remove the other cable. Alright, we got to remove. So, let's look at it. Pretty simple setup. I thought this was the same as the other one, but I believe the AC unit has low. I don't know, maybe the same. Let's see. Plug look different. It's totally different. The plug is different from the other one. The bolt's on right here. We're gonna see. You know what? Let's compare it to. Let's compare it to a unit with the AC. Before we compare, let me show you guys what's wrong with my unit that was in the black car, the one that's equipped with air conditioning. It wasn't nothing functioning on it. Somebody had actually jumped it off back in the day, jumped it so the fan could work, and just manually twisted the vents to blow hot air so they can have heat at least, and the unit was totally not functioning. And let me show you what's going on with my unit real quick. I removed this climate control. Couple reasons. One, if you look down in here, let me put the camera on. Let me put the light on. If you look down, look at that cable. So it wasn't shifting to the cool and warm because this broke off. This was hanging on here. This was hanging on here. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna rebuild this whole thing. Another thing it's not doing, these are not working properly. They don't work properly. The defrost works great, and the fan don't work. And I just think these terminals need to be cleaned. I don't know. I'm gonna take this thing apart. I want to film this, but I'm gonna clean it up real nice. And what I'm seeing here in this seam, as you shift it to, those terminals look super rusted, and they are. That controls the vent, AC, high, heat, or defrost for the front defrost, but that controls this. Let's see. I'll move it while I do it. You guys can see the terminals are pretty rusted. And that's normally be the case with these. So I'm gonna clean all this up really good and get it back working. And there was a cable. I believe I got this cable off the rear car. I believe I took it off because it had this whole entire setup. Even this was in excellent condition on the rear car, and I sold it because I thought this one was perfect. But and I hate that too. But I'm gonna fix this one. I'm gonna make this one work because you ain't find these. These are hard to find with the AC controls. Let me show you where this cable run before we get back to the seats. See, here's the cable here. It's very easy to remove. Any event you have to change it. Let's go to the passenger side. And all it does is, it's right here. For the AC cars, it's in this box. All it does is, it kind of open the blend door. It keeps it between hot and cold, whether you want it to be hot or warm, or in between it'll be warm air. Up is hot, leave bottom is cold. I may get them backwards, but in the middle we know it's warm. So that controls that. Look at the cable, goes in right there. It's a 1/4-inch bolt, and look how it runs. There it is right there. You guys can see it. There it is right there. This is the cable here. Look how it runs. Look at it real good. Here it is right here still. Runs out, runs over there. You guys can see I'll wiggle it back and forward. So very easy to remove and change, simple route for the AC cars, but just want to add that to this seat video, just trying to show all the details. Before we start this section of the video off, I want to note I got an extremely detailed video on how to remove this one as well, more detailed than this one, because this one requires more to do than this one. This is super simple compared to this one, because this consists of vacuum hoses. Now we can jump into the video of the differences. As you can already see, the facing is somewhat the same, with the difference being, of course, the obvious, all the different features or different options you're able to use with the AC equipped climate control, whereas this one is just plain Jane. Even the high and low switch I thought were similar until I looked. This has 4 settings: low, 1, up, another one, then high. Whereas this one is low, middle, high. So I guess medium, low, medium, high. 3, whereas it's got 4. And if you look at the plugs, they're totally different. Totally different. And even this whole setup, although the base is pretty much the same, because this screws on, there's a bolt here for this to screw on. So if you wanted to change it to, say, 3-speed, you can use this. Although it have these settings, you still can use this because you can replace it here. But you need the harness. The harness is totally different from this and this plug. I think there may be some, well, not really. This is the cool and warm. All this does is shifts the cable to remove the lever to close that blend door between the hot and cool. That's all it does. Whereas this one, this is functioning totally off that air box. I guess the cool will come from the air conditioning feature. So although the lever is doing the same thing, they're moving. Let's see if they're moving about the same distance from this arm, because the base, this white base, is pretty much identical. So if you're looking, this is all the way over to warm. This is all the way over warm. Got a nice gap there. So this one maybe go over a little farther. And this is where the cable bolts up to it at, right here. And my thing to remove this cable to see, since the end of this spring is broke off, that goes onto here on mine. The goal was to see, can this fit in the car equipped with the air conditioning. I'm just gonna take the other cable out and we're gonna see. With this not working, most likely, guys, I think it has something to do with the terminals being corroded in the inside of here. I'm hoping that's the case. I had this whole unit like new and I sold it, and it's coming back to haunt me. And whereas this, let me mount the camera and show you guys this bottom thing, what I think the problem is with this. Why it stays off, it won't shut it on. It was, somebody had it rigged up. Somebody had a jumper wire on this. I still got it in here on the floor. The jumper wire was used. This was attached to this and something else. This is, oh, somebody had this on here on the heat to make so the fan stay running all the time, because it wouldn't work by this. So let me mount the camera. So it's currently off. Now if we look in here, between here, let me zoom in. Those metal prongs, you guys can see when I shift it up to the next position, you guys can see it. And I believe they're supposed to make contact in there. Trying to zoom up. So what I think is going on is that terminal is rusted. Let's go over another notch. Okay, that's all the way now. Let's go back. Let's go back. It's off. Let's do it again. Let's come on again. See that contact is supposed to make contact on both of those tips. Look how rusted that is. I'm hoping that's the case. Look at that. So it's making contact. If you can look way back in there really good. I'm zoomed in as far as I can zoom in. They should make, there's two like little beads that's protruding out. They're silver, and it makes contact to that. See how it goes off of it now, and I go up. Look at that piece back there. It's supposed to make contact too. It's on both sides. I can't get the other side good, so it's off now. I'm on vent, which is, it made contact with that one. Now I'm on air conditioning. So the second one should turn the compressor on, should turn the AC on, and it's not doing anything. Now that's full compressor, and it's on defrost now. So we're gonna use a couple different things, and I'm gonna try to clean in here really good to see if we can get this working, because that'll be great if I can just clean in there. We'll be using both of these. These are both great. This one may be a little bit better, but both of these are amazing when dealing with stuff like this. So we're gonna use this one first. I'm gonna spray down in here first. I'm on this carpet that I really don't care about. This carpet is. I don't know. One of them came back shining really good. Well, the other one did too on the back side. So, zoom back out. Before we test it, we'll let it dry out some. This stuff dries super fast. We'll also clean this up too. Even though this is working great, the defrost is working really good. I'm cleaning up. Alright, let me remove that cable. Let's see what we got. So, got plenty of room in here to get. I got the 1/4-inch bit orange extension. I think I can come up through here. Those are vacuum hoses next to it. I'll move mine out of the way once I get up here. I think I can come underneath here. Let's zoom out so you guys can see how I'm doing. Alright. Got it up. Alright. So we can pull this cable through now on the other side. Let's go do that now. Make sure they just pull this through. This is pretty long. So, yeah, it's longer than all three of them. I mean, it's longer than the other two. However, I think the white one would work. I think the white one would work. So in comparison to the white one, just say it starts there. Look how much room that is wrap around. It's so it's about a foot longer. However, this end is okay. See, this one just the screws mounts to it. This can be adjusted when the end goes into that goes on that shaft that opens and closes that vent for that duct. And on this side, of course, it just mounts standard. So it pretty much very similar design. Can I get this white cable to work? Possibly with a shorter run. Now that this is out, I'm gonna try to fix this. It won't be in this video, but I'm gonna try to fix it to get that back on there. So I'm gonna try to weld something. I'm gonna stick my cable there. I'll stick my ground there for the welder. And I'm gonna try to tack that piece back on. And tomorrow. So kind of glad I removed that, so it kind of closed the door on this. But we're gonna see if my cleaner's working. So you guys can. That's another big part of this video. Let's see. We know why this wasn't working. Why it wasn't getting switching from cool to warm. We know that because I'm cleaning all this up with some soap water and wipe it in. Use a small flathead screwdriver and get all those nooks and crannies. Clean this up real good before we reinstall it. But we want to get this to function. Oh, you know what? Let's clean these terminals too. Look at these terminals. Let's clean those terminals too. Maybe it was getting a poor connection there. I'm off the camera. Like I said, I'm gonna clean it up in a minute, but we want to just see what we get. I'm gonna do a continuity test. So I'm gonna start testing things too. I'm trying to clean some of it up. So I think the first thing I want to test out is this switch here. So I'm just gonna install it and plug this up and see. You know, I may just pull the plug out and see if we get something from this. We may need to plug this up. I don't think it'll come on if this is not on. I don't think this will function if this is not on. So I may have to plug both of these up. I may have to plug this and this up and see if we got something. Man, my fingers are crossed. You guys don't know how this has been bothering me because I had this unit like new. I really did. So we're gonna plug both these up. We just pull the plugs out and then we'll plug them up. All right, let's get the plugs out. Let me see if I can pull the plugs through here. I doubt it. There go one, two. Somebody jumped this one off with something. Look at that. Oh man, I see something too. Look at one of the terminals fell out. Look at this. This can be a problem too. It fell out. Look at that. It's not even in the terminal. Let me fix this, guys. So it keeps coming out. It goes in this bottom one, I think. Or this one. I gotta see. But that's interesting. I hope that's the case for the high. This controls the high and low. I gotta see. They go both plugs. So let me plug it in right here, guys. We're gonna plug it in out here and then connect the battery and see if we got something. My fingers is crossed. just a note, look at the plug. So it is in the right place. Should be at the bottom, should be in the, right here. Those two, and those two offset. So we're gonna plug it up and see. Okay, I got it plugged up, but it looks like, I don't know if this was supposed to be like this, like it was, that's another jumper wire that's in there. I believe I got this harness still on the other car, and I gotta see, do it supposed to be like that? I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna get no action. I don't know. So let's connect the battery up and see if we got something. We're gonna do all this in one motion. I don't feel good about this. Okay, light on. Normally I'd be optimistic about things, but I gotta figure out something on here. I really do. Alright, so we gotta turn the key for it. Oh man, Viper trying to come on, oh my goodness. Oh. Alright. Key for it. The radio on. Oh, I'm shaking. I'm so nervous, guys. I'm so nervous. Please, so I can finish up the car. I just want to get going. I don't want to stop anymore. All right, so of course I don't think it's gonna work without this. That's probably why they jumped it. So let's see. Let's go to the first setting. There. We're not getting nothing. I'm not getting anything, guys. I don't think the fuse blowed out. I would hope it would be. Let me check the fuse. All right, let's find out what fuse it is. Number 11, and I believe we're good. Something's not right. I'm gonna get my tester and see if we can power to this unit somehow. I'm already hooked up too. Test lead right there. So let me check. Let me get the test light and see if we can power here. And I'll be back before I close the video out. I'm not getting power to the high and low, low and high switch. The switch that turns the fan on. Just staying ground. Whenever I'm shifting this, the bottom which turns it on, I'm not getting nothing. So my problem lies in this section of the unit. I'm not getting nothing. Just it's not sending power over. And I've tested all those probes, and they're just not getting any power to them. So I gotta figure out what's going on here. I need to go see the plug off the other car to see. Off the one that was with 8 air conditioning unit. I removed that whole plug, the whole system. I need to see what's going on because I'm not getting anything here. Nothing. Let me turn the key off. Let me look at I gotta go look at the other plug, guys. Alright guys, so here's the harness. And that shouldn't have been jumped. We gotta fix that. Take a good look at it, how it's wired up. Looks like with a yellow stripe or a light orange stripe doing. orange, and we got like a pink and yellow next to green and purple. So this is the plug. Let's go look at my wiring and see why is mine wired wrong. Something's not right. Okay guys, so that harness is off of 78. This is a 76. So I believe this came from the factory because I don't see the other wires. That's look like those like from the factory. It's the same color wire. The other wire, that purple or that light purple wire is not here. So I believe this is how it came. So now I gotta search for power because there's no more wires coming out of this harness. There's no more wires coming out of this harness. Nowhere. So that's a variation you guys should note. And let me check this for power now and see if why am I not getting any power. I'm gonna check that fuse again as well. So I'm gonna check this right now and hope that I find something before I close the video out so I can share with you guys and see what's going on. Alright guys, getting power from the plug. Just turn the key forward, getting power. It's coming off those red terminals. Getting power from those terminals, so they going on each side. So both of those sides should show hot. Yep, so both of those guys are reading hot. So power comes in. The plug only goes one way. Power comes in off these two top terminals. Hence, sending power up top. So those terminals that's shifting up and down can touch the power to the top and sense power. Because obviously these are the leads. I'm gonna try to see something with a continuity test real quick. Okay, that's off now, so of course there shouldn't be any noise. We're good. So when I shift it, the first terminal catch okay, it's this side. So we should get something. So this side is the first side that catches. We should see if we got something. Wow, we ain't getting nothing. It's making contact. I'm touching. Wow, these are getting poor contact. Look at this, guys. That one's okay. Poor contact there. Poor, kind of poor. If I scrape it, I get some contact. Let me clean these off, guys. Let me clean these off. Because these are not getting good contact. They should be beeping as soon as I touch them. So let me shine these up real good. So I'm cleaning them off. 100 grit sandpaper. This is made by 3M. Some 100 grit sandpaper. Then I'll use some of that after I get done. And then we'll blow them off. I'll blow them off first. And then I'll use some contact cleaner to remove everything else. So let me finish these up. Just want to show y'all again. I'm getting them shiny. So when we touch the continuity tester on them, we should be able to get just a smooth beep, a clear audible beep when barely touching them. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's blow some air. Let's blow this stuff out. It should be clean. Use a little bit of this now. Shine them up. Just gonna touch underneath it and on top of it. You should get a clear noise now. Like that. Like that. Perfect. Flawless. That's how it should be. Not like before. This boosting my confidence up a little bit now, because before it wasn't that smooth. So let me see something. Let's turn it on just to the first setting. Let's see if we're getting some noise. No noise. Uh-oh. We getting something when it's on defrost. We wasn't getting none before. We getting something when it's here. We getting something. Let's go back. Go off. Nothing. Let's keep playing with it, guys. Let's go back to defrost. We getting some on defrost. We getting some on defrost. We weren't getting none before. All right, let me mess with these terminals inside of here. Try to get some sandpaper in there somehow. I see what's going on. I see both leads in there. I'll be right back, guys. So I found my problem, guys. You guys can see that pick. It's a sharp pick. And I got it wedged between where it's not getting any contact at this first terminal. That first terminal in there that raises up, it's not making contact. Now I got this wedge between there, and watch this. Remember, we wasn't getting any continuity here. Now I got the switch on the first position. As it turned off, it's on now. On the vent, we wasn't getting nothing. And watch this. Since I got that wedge between there, if I picked in there like you pick it, like the dentist a pick, it's kind of the same kind of pick the dentist will use to pick a cavity out of a teeth. So I just kept picking away in there. Now I got a wedge in there. Now watch this. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Perfect. So that's my problem. I gotta see why it's not getting contact. I'm gonna keep picking at it to get it clean so it can work by itself. I may even lift it up a little bit or try to bend it slightly a little bit. I don't want it to break, to see if I make contact. Once I get that to working, it's a wrap. This thing is gonna function, guys. I'm gonna get it no matter what, though. I promise you that. My brain won't let me stop. All right, let me mess with it. All right, guys, I see exactly what's going on right now. So you guys can see, look down in there really good. Let's zoom in. It's in a position now where it should be making contact with that upper pin. and it's not. Let me show you guys why. Watch this. It needs to be bent up some. It's not making contact because it's not bent up. It's not touching. So I gotta slightly bend it without breaking it. That's the problem. That's the problem. And I'm super confident now. My optimism is brazen that this thing's gonna function. That's the culprit right there. That's the culprit. That lead right there, guys. Come on, zoom in. Come on, phone. Come on, camera, zoom in. There you go. That's the culprit. He's not touching. So let me try to raise him up some without breaking him. I'm nervous. I don't want to break it. Just want to bend it slightly so it can touch. Alright, so if you guys look back there, see that in that crack? I paused it here because I just mentioned about bending that terminal up. That's not the problem. The terminal is fine. You don't have to bend that metal prong or metal terminal up. That's not the problem. The problem is, and I'm not going to talk about it in a second, is that plastic back there that the other terminal is embedded in. Over the years, it's become worn. It's become warm. So when it tries to make contact, it bends it up. It bends it out of place. And I'll show you guys that in 1 second. But it's not the metal brass terminal that's at the bottom that lifts up and down. That's fine. This is the culprit right here. Look between that crack. That piece of plastic right there is kind of worn, so it's bending up once the contact is trying to be made. So we need to wedge something between there to keep it from coming up. So I'm gonna get a paper clip or something and see, because it's coming up and it's not allowing it to make a firm connection between there. It's raising that contact up. So let's wedge a paper clip and bend this paper clip some. We're testing it. Like so. See if we can wedge it in there. A little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, that should work. This is just testing. If this works, like I believe it is, I'll clip the excess off so the vacuum plug can plug in without interfering with this. But so we're off. Let's test it now. Let's see what we got. Let's see if that's gonna hold it firm without it lifting up in there. So all in one motion. Let's do this all in one motion. Make sure the climate is clear. Let's go to continuity. All right. Let's test first. Make sure we don't got anything. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed. Let's go just to the vents. One up, one notch. Let's go. So you guys can see I pressed down on it. So let's wedge it in there some more. Let's see. You rotate it some. Let me wedge it in here a little bit better and keep it from coming up. Let me get it. Let's see. Let's see if we got that firm contact we're looking for. Maybe I need a larger paper clip. There we go. There we go. There we go. So let's unplug it. Let's cut off. Nothing. Let's see, we're off. Nothing. And let's go on again. Perfect. Perfect. Once we go to AC, this terminal should power the AC up. This should power the AC up. Let's go to AC. Now we should be receiving power to both, to all 4 terminals. Let's see. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. There we go, guys. That's it. That's it. So let's shut it off. If this is functioning properly now, once we turn it to vent, this should have power. So let's just plug both of them up once again and let's see. Let's see what we got. See if the paperclip did the trick for us. Alright. We're plugged up. Just plugged it down here is better. Opposed to just pulling the cords through here or the plugs through here because it's a tight pull. Just kind of let it hang. It's better. Oh, we gotta connect the battery. Everything is off. I am nervous. I'm nervous. Let's do this all in one motion. Hey, look on the bright side. We're getting somewhere. Trying to stay optimistic about this, guys. I really am. But this would be huge if this is working right. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. This would be one step for mankind. All right. Oh, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Key forward. Ready on. We got power. So, if I switch this on, I hear the fan. I hear the fan, guys. I hear it. Let's go. Look. Oh, wow. 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 It's blowing, guys. It's blowing. Let's check and see where we at. We on the vents. Okay, guys, we're blowing. It's blowing out the vents. It's blowing out the vents and from the bottom. I'll tell you why. The vacuum ports are not plugged up for us to change it directional. So if I put on defrost, it won't shift due to the vacuum ports are not plugged in. But that's it. We got it, guys. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Turn it off. So once I turn the AC, it'll turn the compressor on if it was on here. It's on low, guys. Actually, let's turn it off. Y'all hear it? Hold on. Listen to the blower. It's blowing. Oh my goodness. We got it. The old paper clip did the trick. We got it, we got it, got it. Let's turn it off. It should shut off. Listen, guys, listen good. It's quiet in here. Let me turn it off. Listen. We off. We're off, guys. We off. No blowing. Let's go one more time for the road. It's on. Okay. All of them working perfectly. Man, they all working great. Listen to that fan. Low. Off. Nothing. Wow. I'm ecstatic, guys. I knew I was gonna do it. The only bummer now with this is the cable. So here's the cable. As you guys can see, it's broken. I was able to weld a piece back on. Where's it at? I welded the piece back on. It ain't the best weld, but it welded perfect. And when I went to pull out, it broke, and I was just angry. I had it, guys. It welded. It was on there perfectly. And I pulled it out, and it snapped on me. So this cable is expensive. I gotta try to find it, or I'm gonna make one of these work. So that's it. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Just working extremely hard. Although this didn't help us, this wasn't the issue. It's still great to have to clean all the contacts. So all of them are pretty clean. Both of these are just great products. And just kind of good to have on standby. But hopefully this video will help any of you guys out there struggling with the AC or your climate control unit and thinking you need to replace it. That unit for the air conditioning is on. They're expensive online. If you find one, it's hard to find them. You can see the standard ones, and it's kind of on the expensive side. But the ones equipped with air conditioning is very expensive, and you can't find them. So we got that one working perfectly. I'm gonna make it whereas that clip stays in place, and I'm gonna alter it where it's gonna be unnoticeable, but doing this job so I can plug those vacuum ports back in, and everything will work fine. So paperclip saved the day. It's a little bit of diagnosing the issue. We figured it out. So once again, hope you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully I've saved you guys some money with this fix and a headache. Thanks for watching. Terrence and I'm out.